Hello and welcome back to Let's Mage Dragonage Origins with Eboncloak 55 from .alpha. So the last time we made our way to Orzammar. We are now in the Hall of Heroes. And let's just go to the commons. Now we enter Orzammar.
It is the Assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood.
Or, as now, when someone tries using the Assembly to pull a coup. Who's to say what my father said in his final hours, when the usurper Harrowmont was the only one by his side?
I'll have you thrown in prison.
You've bitten off more than you can chew!
Handlers, separate these dashers in the Diamond Quarter. I will not have Balin incite a riot.
You'll not speak that way about the man who should be king!
Oh fuck.
Idiots. I won't have fighting in the Commons, especially in front of outsiders. I find that sodding fool, I'll have him in the Legion. Vieta, Surfacer. I'm bid to let you walk the Commons, but keep your place. Warden or not, I want order.
Can the city function like this?
See, that's why I don't want you Surfacers seeing our worst. You'll think that's all we are. The market is thin, but busy, and the tavern never closes. Bad blood is usually kept to the proving. Should toss Balin and Harrowmont in there, sort this all out in a hurry.
The proving?
Personal battles for honor and ancestor. I don't expect a Surfacer to understand. If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate, the true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter.
I should get going.
Yes, you should.
Alright, then the Diamond Quarters were over here. Yes. So let's go right there and find stuff out.
Excuse me,
We'll do the stuff in the common quarters later. Let's just start off with the Diamond's Quarter. Hello, Adele.
Let me
have
guess.
come at a difficult
This is where the
time.
rich dwarves live, yes?
Orzammar is ailing for want of a king.
Yeah. Well, look, a
Free
weapon
Warden
rack.
arrives in Orzammar, undoubtedly to offer assistance to Lord Harrowmont.
Yeah, I'm not
you
too sure
desire.
about that. Actually, I don't know if I said it last part since it's been a while, but I like Harrowmont better than Balin, but Harrowmont is a strict ruler who wants to rule with the old rules and separate the Dwarven kingdoms entirely.
The Legion of the Dead Warriors secretly wear Prince Balin's colors. Our prince has Orzammar's deadliest warriors behind him.
What I meant to say was that Harrowmont closes off the gates and breaks off the trades from dwarves to the other races, to the surface races, and Balin wants to lead revolutionary. If you
Last
play,
city of the dwarves. Just think, in another century or so, the only dwarves left may be on the surface.
true.
Of course.
Anyways, the Prince Balin
Who would dare take from the memories?
can be your brother if you play the Noble Dwarf story, and then it'd be kind of weird to support Balin after he kills your brother, your father, and almost gets you killed. But I still think I'm going to support him if there are no choices that would say that my character would think otherwise, like from the dialogues, what my character would think. Okay, Sharper Assistant, hello.
Warden, I'm outraged. A thief thief and a shaper. What have we been reduced to?
Did you get a good look at him?
I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine! He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
Alright. Let's talk to everyone here. Hello, Orta.
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help. I don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing some research.
What kind of research?
I was looking for something about the Orton Tig. It was lost during the last Blight, and there aren't many records left. They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Orton, who composed the grand epic of the Seven Brothers and the Ortonic Symphony. My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Orton, who was training in Orzammar when the Tig fell. I'm even named for the house, Orta. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads.
I could look in return for some Orton wealth.
You're from the surface. What do you know about fighting Darkspawn? There aren't even any expeditions planned until they settle this election. Otherwise, you need special permission from the Assembly or some great lord.
I am a Grey Warden.
A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the Tig, it was the Wardens. I hear Prince Balin and Lord Harrowmont have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now that you're looking. It's almost too much to hope.
Alright then. Going for the profit there. Anything else? There's scribble. There's just a person. Oh wait. Scribble is also a person. Okay. Whoops. Shay, could you read this? Okay, I'm gonna read the book. And have Shay trigger this conversation for me.
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories.
Shape of Memories?
The Shaperate guards Orzammar's knowledge. We have preserved in Lyrium all of the records of Dwarven history. The memories record all. They are how we know to which family a child owes life, how we trace lost Tigs. They ensure we forget nothing of our past, good or bad.
Let's talk about Orzammar, Lord Shaper.
Ask, and I shall do my best to answer.
Tell me about Orzammar's history.
We were a great empire once, outnumbering even humans and elves. We traded with your Tevinter Imperium, and our land stretched as far in the deep roads as theirs did above. Kal Sharok was capital then, but we lost too many battles. We lost our golems, and we lost our territory. Now the Empire is simply ruined tunnels filled with Darkspawn.
Okay, I'm going to ask him some questions since I think it'd be a better explanation if he explains about Orzammar. If any of you don't know Orzammar yet, or this game anyways, what are the deep roads?
They were once our highways beneath the mountains. Now the Darkspawn claim them and few venture there, except your order, who enter the deep roads when they retire, so they can die slaughtering as many Darkspawn as possible.
Where is Kal Sharok?
At the other side of the old empire. During the last Blight, the kings of Orzammar knew they couldn't hold everything. They sealed the deep roads, abandoning everyone still trapped in far-flung settlements. It was the only way to survive. Kal Sharok is the only other city to outlast the Blight. We only rediscovered them recently, and they still haven't forgiven us.
How did you lose your golems?
The Paragon Caradon, a smith of unsurpassed genius, invented the golems. For years they were our weapon against the Darkspawn. One golem is worth a dozen dwarves in battle. but Caridin's Tig is far into the deep roads. When it fell, we lost his secret to creating golems. There are books about it along these walls if you would read more.
What's a Tig?
They are to us what a colony is to surfacers.
Where is Kalshrok?
At the other side of the old empire.
Wait, I did
During the
ask
last
thing.
blight, the kings of Orzammar knew
Yeah,
they couldn't.
okay, I already asked that one.
Kalshrok is the only other city to outlast the blight.
Let's
We
get
only
back to
rediscovered
Orzammar.
I will settle your mind if I can, Warden.
Never mind, I should go.
Your presence here has been recorded in the memories. I wish I knew what significance it has.
Alright. Then another book. Yeah. I would have found it funny if Shale would have reacted to the golem thing, but nope.
Delighted.
That does not seem to be the case.
And so I shall.
And that's that. Another book.
As you
Wall
desire.
of Memories. And chest. I doubt that Zephyrin can open it, but whoa, cool. Alright. Then I think we got everything here. So let's leave this place. And check out the rest of the noble quarters. And let's start off with the Chamber of the Assembly. And there's Vartag.
Warden, welcome. It is always a blessing for Orzammar to host your order. I am Vartag Gavorn, top advisor to our good Prince Balin. What news do you bring?
I need aid against the Blight.
Yes, the treaty. I've seen it in the Shaper's libraries. Now the difficulty is that the treaty only compels our king, and we are sadly lacking one of those right now.
Can I talk to Balin?
You must understand, Haramont hides behind his good reputation while sending spies and assassins. Balin can't know who to trust. It's been like a knife in the heart for Balin to see so many of his father's men stand with the usurper.
I promise I'm not a spy. Wait, no, that wouldn't be something smart. Whoa. What must I do to prove my good intentions?
Haramont has engaged in a campaign of bribery and coercion to ensure that every house serves him. But if a neutral party, a stranger, were to approach certain key members, perhaps with irrefutable evidence of Haramont's deception, I'm certain my Lord Prince would show his gratitude.
What kind of evidence?
Haramont promised the same portion of his estate to two different Deshers, Lady Dace and Lord Helmy. Oh, excuse me, two assembly members. Desher is their formal title. Haramont can't possibly grant it to both of them, but they won't find out until after the vote is cast. I have copies of the promissory notes Haramont gave each of them. Once they see those, they should both reconsider their votes.
I'll find Lady Dash and Lord Helmy right now.
Lady Dace doesn't leave the quarter much, but Lord Helmy's adventurous, likes to spend his time at Tapster's in the Commons. Remember, don't tell them you got these papers from me. You learned of them and drew your own conclusions.
Alright. But let's check out this
The
place
assembly
more
is in
first.
session. Enter quietly if you wish to observe.
Alright.
Your mind has gone to dust if you think we would pass such a writ. Half our houses would go broke without the surface trade.
The proposal is only effective until we have a king to ensure we are respected by the surfacers.
Leaving you conveniently positioned to take over all contracts. I'll see your head on a pike first.
Deshers, lords and ladies of the Assembly. I've already doubled the guard to prevent violence. Must I summon more?
Steward Bandalore, Balin's sympathizers are tying our hands with trivialities. They may as well open us to the sky.
I suggest we put the matter to a vote.
and I suggest you have a taste of my family's mace.
Enough! The Assembly is in recess until the members can regain control of their emotions.
Hello, hello.
Stone-forsaken fools and dusters. I'm sorry. This is the assembly of the clans. Only dashers and occasional guests of state are allowed in.
I'm just observing. Pay me no mind.
Oh, Stone. You must be the Grey Warden. I completely forgot about the Gate Guard's message. Welcome to Orzammar, Warden. I hope you can forgive our unrest. The loss of our king has hit us hard. Respect for your role is great, but you won't receive a proper hearing until we have a king on the throne.
Is there any way I can break this stalemate?
I must admit, Warden, I am at a loss myself. It lies with Prince Balin or Lord Harrowmont, and they are slow to trust anyone in these uncertain times. I only wish there was more I could do for you.
Alright, more information, so let's get going. And find the two people we have to talk to. Dallin. Hello, Dallin.
I heard there was a Grey Warden here. I am Dulin Forrender, second to Lord Harrowmont, King Endrin's own choice as successor. Word is spreading that the surface may suffer a blight. It is shameful we are not in a better position to help.
I have a treaty obliged Ozamma's aid against the blight.
That may be, and that is a terrible risk for the surface. But even if the world would end tomorrow, Lord Harrowmont cannot ignore Balin today. He cannot afford to trust anyone of unproven loyalties.
What do you want me to do? Denounce Balin's policy? Publicly?
If you wish to show you have no loyalty to Balin, then work against him in Harrowmont's name. Balin is hosting a proving today, supposedly to honor his father's memory. The Deshers take it very seriously, and unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Harrowmont's best fighters into stepping down.
Why would your assembly care who would win some tournament?
The proving is a contest of the best warriors in Orzammar. By fighting, they show who has the ancestors' favor. If you were to enter the proving as Lord Harrowmont's champion, it would prove your loyalty beyond a doubt.
And this is to be your king. One who cannot keep his own men from running like frightened children.
Lord Harrowmont does not use threats or intimidation to motivate his men. He leads by example.
Ah, I see. So it's his example they follow as they cower from this Prince Balin.
How dare you slander Lord Harrowmont?
Why should we ally ourselves with someone too scared even to grant us an audience?
I see what you mean.
Were I you, I would seek a stronger king than this Harrowmont.
Surely you don't mean Balin.
Saffron is right.
Then you and I have nothing more to say.
Alright then. I was worrying about how I could find a way out because
big houses they have.
Because they both are.
Grey Warden arrives in Orzammar, most likely to pay respects to the rightful king, Prince Balin.
Ah yes. Since both of their second men are really kind of nice towards you, so yeah, but I wanted to find out a way to escape this, so Saffron's interference worked wonders. Thanks, Saffron. Hello, Lady Days.
What do you want? Ah, I suppose you're the Grey Warden everyone's talking about.
Are you Lady Days?
I am. And what business would you have with me?
Might want to look at these papers.
Well, this isn't exactly a surface broadsheet. Where did you get these? Never mind. It is true enough, but there's nothing I can do about it. This deal was made on behalf of our entire house. Only my father can revoke it.
Where is he? I'll bring you to him.
He is leading a deep roads expedition, trying to secure an ancient thaig. It's unlikely he'll be back before the election, but perhaps this vote is important enough for you to brave the tunnels to tell him? The Dace family would be in your debt.
I go tell him.
Thank you. He was searching an old Idukan site. He left me with this map, in case his expedition never returned. I'll give you a pass as well. Usually no one is allowed past the front lines. Good luck.
I need to make a cut, my voice is really dying right now. See you in a second. Alright then, I'm back, without a cracking voice anymore.
News of the hour! Lord Balin promises radical changes that will offend the ancient paragons. Have our traditions no value?
Maybe I should have listened to these guys a bit more before I chosen the last time I played. Anyways.
It'll be 2 years tomorrow. By all the holy sodding ancestors, how can you people just ignore that?
Bronca didn't go alone, Ogren. She took the whole house, everybody but you. So just get over to Tapster's and drown yourself already. You know as well as I do that's how this always ends.
You think I'm afraid of some cub warrior who's barely off the teat? Ha!
You lift a weapon or attack a single citizen in Orzammar, and you're stripped of your caste and exiled. Even you can't have forgotten that. Get out of here before I call a guardsman.
Yes. Hello there. We will meet again. At some point. By at some point, I mean in the comments somewhere. Okay, let's start off with talking to everyone. Hello, Dagna.
You look like you're not from around here.
Yes, you could say that.
Oh, wonderful. I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle?
The Circle of Magi?
I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study.
Why wouldn't they?
No dwarf has ever studied at the Circle of Magi. I guess you never read First Enchanter Caitlin's treatise concerning dwarfs and the non-heritability of magic. He tested dwarfs from 20 bloodlines and found they couldn't perform any level of spell casting, regardless of lyrium exposure or time on the surface. The Circle speculates that lyrium in the stone shields us from spiritual influences, and over time made us immune to them.
So what do you want with the Circle?
I want to go to the Circle to study.
I assure you that desire will depart the moment you arrive.
I don't want to do magic. No dwarf can cast spells, but I don't see why I shouldn't study it. It would be a valuable exchange. Orzammar would learn of one of the great natural forces of the surface. And the Circle gains direct access to our knowledge of lyrium smithing.
I can bring the cycle your request.
That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smithcast. Tell them I've already begun reading the Tevinter Imperium's Verticum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child? Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
Incredibly pumped up. Okay. So.
I knew I should have stuck to common nugs. I've gone and lost them too. I'll never find them the way they skitter. No way I'm going back to that supplier in Dust Town. Guess I'm shutting it down.
If I see any nugs, I'll send them your way.
Good on you, stranger. Only need one to turn this around.
Well, if one's all you need, then it shouldn't be too hard. Well, there is a nug right there.
So, I've been hearing rumors that a certain wine merchant is falling behind on his payments.
Go on, I'm out of the nug game. Got nothing to sell.
I've got a nug for you, here.
Saraka, I'm back in the game, such as it is. I don't have much besides gratitude, but find a bunch more of these and I'll toss you whatever I found.
Indeed.
Jarvia incurs when providing your protection. It's
Who
not
you looking
easy ensuring nothing bad happens. That
Who you
no
looking
one
at?
decides to just burn everything in your store.
My store! Please, I don't have much. Business isn't good. People are scared. Tell Jarvia I'll get her money.
Jarvia is not happy with your promises, old man. Now let's go inside and see what you've been holding back.
You'd like?
Ah, okay, I can enter now. I'll follow them right up.
This is all I have right now. I could get more if I sell something.
Well, well, looks like we have a visitor. Friend of yours?
Get out of here. This is private business.
Alright, I'll go.
Not so fast, stranger. You look like you're new here, so consider me your official guide. These are dangerous times in Orzammar. Lucky us, the merciful Jarvia is offering protection from the chaos. You're wearing some fancy stuff there. Might make you a target. So if you want the Carta's guarantee of safety, it's yours for the reasonable price of 10 gold sovereigns. Or I can't say what might happen.
Take a good look. Do you really want to start this?
Whoa, whoa. All right, you win. I'm not gonna die for 10 lousy sovereigns.
Hello, figure.
Ancestors, bless you for saving my poor store. I don't know how to express my gratitude.
You could start by letting me look around your store.
I'm showing you the lowest prices I can afford, I assure you.
Alright then, let's start off with nothing much. Well, I guess I could go and buy off the basic health potions. And I'm gonna have Morrigan make some new ones. What else do I need for that? For some greater health portresses, I need flasks, distillation agent, and concentrator agent. Okay. Wait, there we go.
Ancestors, bless you for saving my poor store.
Store. Alright then. Distillation agent. Concentration agent. I will find more of them later on. All the elf fruit you can give me. A few flasks maybe. Alright then. Brew me at least one. Yeah, I expected as much. Okay, now. So I think I'm gonna call it ends for now. Hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please go and watch the next episode as well. So until next time. Bye.